Welcome back to this training session. In this training session, we are going to learn how to analyze JavaScript errors remotely. So let's jump into our Launchpad. We are going to use the debugging tool app that we used on the previous sessions. So, how can we analyze JavaScript errors remotely? In the cockpit, we have a tool called Remote Debugging that gives us the possibility to log all the messages. Let's jump into the cockpit and search for Remote Debugger. To start logging, we just need to toggle the button to the position on. As you can see by this message, each time we do this action, we need to reload the launchpad in order to start logging or to disable the logging. Now we don't have any users being logged, so let's add one user that is going to be logged. And by default, we always have the enable ticked and the iDebugger buttons unticked. And for now, let's keep it like this. And as you can see, now we have one entry for one user. Let's jump into our Launchpad and refresh the browser. And as you can see, now we have a new option on the right upper corner, identified with three colors, red, orange, and green. This identifies the JavaScript errors, warnings, and info. We have one in the green. Let's jump into the cockpit and update. And as you can see, we also have one in the information. Let's select the line to see the detail. To do that, we just need to press the button Open Log for Selection User. Now let's jump into the Launchpad and open the application. If you press on the icon on the upper right corner, you also can see the information. If you press on the icon, you can see the call stack of the message. Now, let's create a JavaScript error. Let's jump into the application, let's select the button, and let's type some letters that are going to cause a JavaScript error. Let's jump into the Launchpad and refresh. Let's open the application and let's press the button. And as you can see, now we have one on the red. This means that we had a JavaScript error. Let's press on the details. It's possible to select which type of message do you want to see by tick or untick the checkboxes on the top. Let's open the details, and by doing analysis, we can see that the random word that we type, it's not defined. So we just need to copy that and search for that on our application. Let's jump into the cockpit to do a comparison. Let's update, and now we have the error here, so let's open it, and as you can see, we have the same information. As I already said, let's copy the word and search for it on our application. And by doing this, you can easily identify which is the word that is causing the issue. Let's jump into the Launchpad. Let's open once more the log. On the right bottom corner, we have a button to clear the log. If we press it, we can see now that all messages were set to 0. This will not impact the log on the cockpit. As you can see, I'm updating the log and the messages are still here. Now let's tick the Hide Debugger checkbox. Let's jump into the Launchpad and refresh once more. As you can see, now we don't have the icons on the bar anymore. Let's open the application and press the button once more. Let's jump into the cockpit. Let's refresh by pressing the update, and as you can see, the messages are being logged. This can be used in situations where the end user doesn't understand the meaning of these messages. Now let's untick the debug and enable it. Let's jump into the launchpad. Let's press on the button. Now let's go back to the cockpit, and as you can see, the messages are still being logged. This is due to the fact that I didn't refresh the launchpad. Now let's jump into the launchpad, let's refresh it, let's open the application and press the button several times. Let's go into the cockpit, and as you can see, now nothing was logged. Now let's tick the enable. Let's go into Launchpad, let's refresh, press the button several times. Let's go back into the cockpit, and as you can see, we have multiple errors being logged. When you don't need the remote debugger, you should disable it in order to preserve the database space. And with this, we conclude this training session. Looking forward to see you on the next one.